I was a part of a thread the other day, yesterday, clearly, where somebody posited the idea that every line of Star Wars is made better by putting "you piece of shit" at the end. These aren't the droids you're looking for, you piece of shit.
It's a trap, you piece of shit.
I love you, you piece of shit.
I found your
I
lack
know
of
you
faith
piece of
of
shit.
disturbing, you piece of shit.
I know, you piece of shit.
That was prominently displayed too.
Wait, which one?
I love you. I know, you piece of shit.
We've got the death sentence warrants of us in 12 fucking star systems, you piece of shit.
Do the Kessel run under 12 parsecs? You piece of shit.
This little one's not worth your time, you piece of shit.
Do or do not. There is no try, you piece of shit.
I love you. I know, you piece
No,
of
no.
shit.
Do or do
piece
not.
of
There
shit.
is no try. Piece of shit you are.
Piece of shit, you are correct. My bad, my bad, my bad.
Oh, God. What was I just thinking of? This is the way, you piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Have you revealed your face, you piece of shit?
Warning, this is an adult-oriented podcast about really perverse things like communication and consent. If you are under 18 and looking for answers to questions about sex or kink, please visit scarletteen.com. For the Dude Bro listeners, this is the nerdy shit. Fuck off!
From Bakersfield to Mount Olympus, Gotham Press talks naughty business. Sexual topics to explore your whoredom. Good if you're new or a kinky Yoda. Gotham Press Podcast. The nerdy kinksters your parents warned you about.
Guys have ruined Hawaiian shirts for everybody.
Hey, I wear Hawaiian shirts on a regular basis.
I know, but if very clearly you're probably not conservative.
Well, see, that
They're like, look. My tiki torches are for highlighting bodies. My tiki torches are not for protesting people.
So here's the funny thing. Well, not funny. The sad thing. I can't even say that anymore because the more I actively keep up with the news, the more I see, oh, that black man is a very, very far right-leaning Republican.
Oh, there's
and that's
a few of them.
scary.
well, there's money to be made if you will
You gotta
stand up
have-
on stage as a
yeah.
black person and scream that the Democrats are horrible and they're the real racists.
There's a term for that, but I'm not allowed to say that.
Are you Uncle Tom and him? Is
What?
that where you're going with that?
I just said that there was a term. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, are we not supposed to say Uncle Tom? I'm sorry. Go.
Anyway. Hey, listeners, welcome back to the Gotham Press Podcast, where we talk about important things like not politics. Those are important things, right?
Well, we can talk about those, but they're too damn depressing. Like, they're not any fun.
Not any fun.
No.
It's
I
okay.
mean, they can be entertaining, but not for the reasons you think.
Yeah, but it's that dark humor that you just can't do all the time.
Plus, typically, right-wing politics is the antidote to what makes you horny and kinky. So, let's not steer into that.
Yeah.
So, listeners, all of you that tuned out because of the politics talk, too bad you missed out on the lovely voice of Shock Doc, just bringing it all back in. All right, everybody. Welcome back. And let's go ahead and let's kick this off how we normally do. Me shilling out to you that, hey, we love you, and we also love our patrons. Our patrons on patreon.com/Gotham Press Podcast. The way that we are able to keep this podcast up and running, help keeping the lights on, the mics powered, and giving those of you who support us the episodes a whole week early.
One of the perks of being a supporter is
early episodes. Mm-hmm. I know that there are at least more than one people that do that.
More than one?
More than one people.
A win is a win is a
Are we
win
in
is
double
a win.
digits?
More than one people. That's all I'm going to say.
recent auditing has indicated it's plus 0 or greater.
Exactly. See? Shock knows how it goes. But also, along with our patrons, which we love, we also have sponsors. One of our main sponsors that has been with us since very early on is J&W Paddles, or JW Paddles. I always say the and. JW Paddles, who does amazing work with hard wood. Shock, have you used a JW paddle recently?
I have not used one recently. I haven't paddled anyone recently.
You haven't. Wait, who?
I've been doing a lot of flogging.
Who?
A lot of knife play.
Well, you did just have that class last month about flogging.
I taught flogging 101 last month.
And
That's
you're
correct.
doing 102 this month, I believe.
I am doing 102 this month, the third Saturday of May.
So, listeners, by the time you reach this, by the time you listen to this, patrons, hey, you should definitely come out to Flogging 102. Regular listeners, man, it was great. You should have been there. But yes, flogging is not what JW paddles do. They work with amazing, exquisite wooden paddles. They can do custom work on those paddles for you. I do know from seeing it happen, somebody had a conversation about a religious paddle, and they made a very illustrious isn't the word I'm looking for, better word. An illustrious holy paddle is what we'll call it. Cross and all the trimmings that you would want with that.
Right on theme.
Right on theme, yes. They have. Wow, my brain is just.
If you're going to
braining.
share an unsolicited photo of your beautiful wood, make sure it's by JW Paddles.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
I'm a big fan of hardwood, so.
You're a big fan of hardwood?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of other things too, but that's a plus.
That's a plus. Okay.
Well, you know.
What about
and
you, Slicer?
Thank you, JW.
I work
Paddles.
with wood, so I understand from the technical side how good their work is. Not just from the spanking side.
Not just from
paddling,
the
I
spanking
suppose.
side. Look, Splicer, if you're just talking about jerking off, it's okay. We all know that you do that.
But to do it professionally, that is an accomplishment.
Yes. Well, you know, it's a vocation, not a.
So you're not getting paid for it quite yet?
No. Still a vocation.
It's not a job if you love what you're doing.
It's okay. This is true. But someone that does get paid to play and enjoy themselves is our OnlyFans sponsor, Carmilla the First. She is an amazing woman that puts out high quality content that all I can say is, listeners, if you haven't gone and at least taken a cursory glance at what she has to offer, you are thoroughly missing out. Man. Whew. So yes, look for Carmilla the First on OnlyFans, and you can also find her in our show notes. There's a link for her page. Now, Shock,
Yes.
you were talking earlier about floggers.
Yes.
Do you know of our sponsor, Thief's Touch?
Oh, of course, because I'm very fond of recommending Thief's Touch as a place to get a high-quality, well-made flogger by someone who will take great pride in their work and stand behind it.
Exactly. I know that he's just been on a bit of a bender with posting up pictures on Fet of a lot of his work.
And he recently hosted a flogger raffle.
He did do a flogger raffle.
He did.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I recently received some of his work, a custom piece
A custom
submissive
piece?
made for me, yes.
What sort of piece did you get?
Done in Deadpool colors.
Done in Deadpool.
Oh, yes.
I too
and-
have received a custom piece. It was a Sailor Moon theme, and it was beautiful.
Ooh, very nice.
She put in some nice work.
I had a pair of twins made for a former partner of mine, and they were absolutely beautiful pieces of art as well as highly functional floggers.
Nice. I guess we've all been touched by Thief.
Like a thief in the night.
Consensually.
Consensually. Because I actually have 3 of his floggers now. I have one in Venom theme, one in Carnage theme, and he gave me a Spider-Man one to test out. So, thank you, Thief's Touch, for your amazing work. Let's see here. Who else? Oh, yes. And lastly, but not bad, just lastly on the list for today.
Not leastly.
Not leastly, just lastly today. Steel Brat Passies. Custom adult pacifiers to get your little space going. He does amazing work, and he stands by it. If anything happens to your passy, just hit him up, and if he can, he will repair it for you. Let's see here.
Be found on both FetLife and Etsy.
FetLife, yes. Etsy, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Etsy, definitely for Thief. I'm not sure about Steel Brat.
Okay.
Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see here. Oh, also, listeners, for anything that we talked about, anything that you want to know, that you want to look a little bit deeper into, you can find all that information in our show notes. So please peruse those. Shock,
Yes.
one more thing here. Who do people call when they really want to get in touch with the Gotham Press?
Oh, Candy Sweet Box.
Candy Sweet Box?
That box is so sweet.
Tasty, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that's why it's called candy, because it melts in your mouth.
Oh my indeed. Listeners, if you want to get a piece of Candy's Sweet Box, you can reach out and contact her at 805-303-1173.
Ooh.
Ooh. And Beachy has started to enjoy Candy's Sweet Box as well, it seems.
How can you not?
She said she doesn't just like good wood.
That's right.
There you go.
It's a good combination.
Yes.
Good wood in a sweet box.
Good one in the sweet box. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Are
Yes.
you slurping on the podcast?
I was trying not to, but apparently I am.
You know what? Let's get this out of the way. Who are you, sir?
I'm Sea Splicer.
See, Slice, you came back again?
Again, this is what, my third time now.
Third time.
It'll be a charm.
This is the one where you finally get it all right.
Maybe.
I heard him slurping. It wasn't that charming.
Yeah, I was going to say, apparently I'm still not getting it right. First I was too far away from the mic. Now I'm too close to the mic.
No,
Well,
now
with
you
the
got,
straw anyway.
now you got too much going on the mic at once. So what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Ooh, what haven't I been up to since we last talked? You know what? I had to binge all those things that we're going to talk about. So
So we'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. Mm-hmm. All right, so you've been binging.
yes.
Hey, Shock.
Yes, Captain.
I have no idea which time this is for you.
I honestly don't. I haven't kept track of the numbers, but I've been fortunate enough to be on multiple occasions.
You know, we're just gonna say more than 10.
More than 10.
More than
I'm
10.
pretty
A
sure
cool
it's more
dozen?
than 10.
A cool dozen.
Besides, you know me, I would show up every Sunday, shove someone out of the chair, and take their place if that was going to be okay. So,
You know what, Shock? That is okay with consent by the person you're shoving out of the way. Also, Shock, have you not heard about you? I'm pretty sure there are people like, yes, please, Shock, push me around, do things to me.
manhandling is on my list of skills and typically quite well appreciated.
See, there you go. Look at you, Shock. Already got it in play. But we have a new voice this time.
I know. I get to pop my Gotham cherry.
Your Gotham Cherry. And who are you?
I'm Queen Beachy.
Queen Beachy. Mm-hmm. Beachy, what brought you out here today?
Ooh, so many things to do, so many things to say, so many places to claim.
So many places to claim?
Not in a colonizing way. Just so we're clear. Look, I know I'm light skinned, but not like that.
Consensually come conquer their lands.
Yeah. You know what? I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shock.
Do you have a
Appreciate that.
flag?
Do you have a flag to plant in them?
If they ask nicely.
Oh, see, there you go. So, listeners, if you want to get claimed by Beachy, you should definitely ask nicely.
Well, her inbox is going to be full, that's for sure.
You act like it's not already.
No, absolutely.
Well, thank you all for showing back up. Oh, hey, listeners, it's Captain Awesome, Captimus Prime, whichever version of me you want. I'm okay with it. Let's see. Even though I know some people just refuse to use the Captimus Prime now.
You
Listeners,
conditioned them. What do you want?
No. Kinkabutts, Captimus Prime, assemble! you have to say it like that. That's what really makes people remember it.
all right, so I have to really get into the Transformers version of this.
We got to dig up your catchphrase, babe. That's it.
Gotta
We
dig
just
up
gotta
my
Dial
catchphrase.
it up.
Just got down.
Reach into that
yes.
catchphrase and pull out the good stuff.
Just reach in and pull. Gotcha.
That's worked for me on occasion, yeah. So, good
Okay.
advice.
All right. Well, love it. Let's get to the actual stuff, to the meat of the show, as it were. So, you all have seen the show notes. We're going to be talking about actual shows.
Yes.
Who here has seen Fallout?
I have.
Everybody seen Fallout?
yes.
Beautiful. This is one of those rare times we've all seen the thing. So, listeners, just to let you know ahead of time, there will be spoilers because the show's been out, 2 weeks now? I think 2 weeks.
Has it only been 2 weeks?
Didn't all episodes come out?
Everything
Yeah,
dropped
they were
at
all at
once.
once.
I was still working out of town when it premiered, and that's been over 3 weeks.
Okay. Oh, so I was just late then. Never mind.
Yeah, it's been almost a month.
Almost
I think
month.
if the actual premiere date.
All right, so then they're fine. They're fine. They've definitely seen it at least once.
Fuck them, Captain.
Once, twice, 15 times. Who knows? Anyway, so
They've been warned.
first question. Thoughts? Splicer?
I feel like it was fantastically well done. Like I don't know, I can't think of anything that could have been done better. And to be honest, like I've never been the biggest fan of that style of game. So I played a little bit and here and there and what have you, but inside gaming, my exposure to it from people who played it, just enough of that was able to show me that, they did it right.
Okay. Shock, your thoughts?
Oh, I actually loved it quite a bit, and for a couple of reasons. It was a good storyline, so it had some interesting twists. The slowly uncovered backstory was a good way to go. I am a giant fan of the retro-futuristic aesthetic. So even from the opening scenes, and then the flashbacks to that, and then the vault decor, I just loved every bit of that kind of stuff. So I'm a big fan of that. A little gory for my taste. I'm not particularly, big on gore per se, but it was really well done enough to
keep you coming
sort
back.
of keep me coming back excitedly, and to sort of just overlook the moments where I'm like, okay, that was rough.
That's rough. Yeah. BG?
I loved it for so many reasons. But like the storyline, yes, was very cool. Retrofuturism is dope as hell. I love the Fallout game. Also, Walton Goggins is like one of my favorite actors. He plays the most unhinged characters and just leans balls deep into it. And I love him for that.
Often.
Like on Rescue Me, he was a trans sex worker and really leaned into it.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yes, and then
Oh, it's been
in
so long
Righteous
since I've seen Rescue Me.
Gemstones, which is my favorite role that he's been in, he's Baby Billy.
Yes.
And made Baby Billy's Bobble Bunkers, which is just the funniest fucking thing to me in the whole world. But I love him. So I liked it. The story was cool. I really liked how they took and expanded and just kind of worked within the worlds of Fallout. So if you understand the games, like I feel like it was very respectful to the source material.
Okay.
And when series can do that effectively, I think it makes for a very good show, which is what made Witcher first couple of seasons very, very good because they followed the story mostly, but they respected the material, right? And so I think that is what makes it successful, in my opinion.
Well, and additionally to pat Walter Goggins on the back, he's playing technically two characters.
Yes.
The character,
he
the pre-character and the character of the current are drastically different individuals,
Drastically.
and he plays them both beautifully. Beautifully.
I forget who I was talking to, but somebody was saying that they would 100% watch a prequel series of what happened between when you saw him at the beginning and where you see him at now.
Oh, 100%.
Just watching that bit of, okay, how did you get from A to this?
But Captain, you only have 200 years of potential story material. How
Only
will we
200?
fill 30 minutes once a week?
Well, and it seems like a
Sorry,
bunch of it is
22.
when is him being buried.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because we don't know how did they say how long he was buried for?
Well,
I don't know. It'd been a long time.
I'll
200 years at
It
least.
seemed to be generational.
Well, yeah, but I'll interject that because he has to continue taking the medicine,
He wasn't down there.
he could. I don't believe he could have been down there that long.
Well, no, because
No, that's
they had the medicine. They had the IV.
There was an IV up above his grave.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the IV was.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. No, because what I'm saying is, the way that he interacted with a bunch of characters, like, oh yeah, I knew you back then, or I knew you back then, or I knew you back then. Like, okay, so he's come out quite a bit. So he's been seen.
Yeah.
The twist at the end,
Yeah.
though, was just like chef's kiss. My God, my jaw was on the
Hold on.
floor.
Which twist? There were like 15 different twists in the last episode.
I know.
By the way, listeners, if you're just listening to all this and you have not seen it, wait for that last episode. It's a
You'll get
fucking
dizzy.
doozy.
You're gonna get dizzy.
So looking around the room, we have 5 recommendations out of 4. So what the fuck are you waiting on? Pause this, go watch all 6 episodes of Fallout and come back and start
There's
this
only
back
6. I
up.
thought it was 8.
No, there's 8.
Yeah, 8.
I think, yeah.
All 8 episodes of Fallout. We still at it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We still edit before before this goes up. That's not getting edited.
No, you gotta leave it
Of course
in.
not.
You gotta leave it in because
That's why
trying to
it's
cut
funny.
out the laughs is just gonna be too hard.
Yes. Excellent.
I wasn't serious, by the way.
We know. But yeah, that was, man, the characters, I really like the character backstories that they did on there. Man, I forget what I was watching. Somebody saying, she's just horny. The main character.
Yes.
Oh,
She's just so horny.
Yes.
Listen.
Well,
You
I
spend your
mean,
life in a vault. You
yeah.
can't sleep with anybody. You finally get
That's
to sleep
not
with them.
true.
Girl, get it.
That's not true.
I feel like they were pretty open about having sex. They just marriage was really the thing.
No.
Yeah, it
and
seemed,
probably reproducing outside of their particular vault.
Well,
But
that's
sex.
Well, no, because one of the big things is like, they said, like in the first episode, you can't marry your cousin.
Yes.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And then he was very, very sad about like,
what-
oh,
Well, yeah, but that's Mary, and then of course that's the expectation of having children and the additional progeny in the future, right?
right.
But sex,
Sex.
that's a whole different situation.
That's true.
I mean, when she just looks across casually at the other character from the gurney and goes, "So, do you want to have sex?"
Yes.
That kind of implies that's not her first time asking that question.
Okay, I have to dig into that section for just a quick moment because I was so surprised, but then realized I shouldn't have been by the fact that he didn't know what sex was. It's like, wait, oh my God,
Religious nutbags.
religious nutbags, yeah.
yeah.
And the way he described it, like it gets big like a pimple and then it shoots out this nasty stuff. I was like, dear God.
That reminds me of Bible camp in the
That's
summer.
a contest to see how
That brings back
disgusting you can
some
make
horrible memories. Thank you.
What can I say?
Oh,
Say,
bro.
You're welcome.
Cousin, please.
Cousin? So we're going to.
But all of it, like, I don't think you could point to a character and not find a good character arc in any of them. Like the guy with the Brotherhood is a bit of a coward in some ways, but other ways not. And that exact thing that he needs that's going to change him into this, power hungry guy is exactly what he gets along the way.
Yeah.
Well, and partially he's being motivated by pussy.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Because suddenly when he meets her, he discovers his ability to overcome his fear and do certain things outside of when he was angry and the other individual was helpless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Other than that, there's a lot of crying, a lot of begging for his life, a lot of lies. It's in those two moments where suddenly he's more aggressive and a different personality.
I got you.
I feel like all the characters that we got to follow had very fleshed out arcs.
Eat-
Like, I think everybody felt
Except Roger. Poor Roger.
mostly whole.
Which one? Well, was Roger the younger brother?
My name is Roger. I'm Roger. I'm still Roger. My name is Roger.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
Well, I mean, we're at the end of his arc, I guess.
Yeah, that was the
Kind of
end.
hard to.
Well, look.
It's just a minor
but no,
character.
If they do a prequel series for
But
Follow the adventures of Roger.
the younger brother. That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
That was a really weird. Like, you got to see where he figured out that everything's not
Quite what
the
it should be.
world he was told.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I don't know. I don't remember there being a great payoff for
Well,
what
they have
now
already
he's stuck.
found out.
They have already
exactly.
given the go ahead to season 2, correct?
I believe so, yes. Season 2 is going to be in New Vegas.
So he's got unlimited potential in where he can go from here.
Unlimited. They're going to not show him for the first half of the next season and then show him 2 episodes at the end. Like, oh, this is what happened while this was happening.
I mistakenly in that shot where we can see the tower in the background, I thought it was Seattle.
That's
the
because you don't
Space
know the
Needle.
video
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, because I
franchise.
I'm not that.
Yeah, that was my first thought too when I saw him. Like, well, wait, no, that's That's new.
Because it was the only icon I
That's
paid
the
attention
stratosphere.
to.
Right.
There were other icons there, but I'm just like, oh, it's the Space Needle. It's
Seattle, yeah.
which is how my brain works.
No,
Identify
I
one
understand
detail,
that.
move on.
I understand that. All right. So here's what I'm saying. Just overall, good series, guys.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
series.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you haven't watched it, listeners, go watch it.
Highly
please.
recommended watch.
All right. So we're not gonna. We've
You
done
sure we
quite a
haven't
bit.
talked about this enough?
Let me say this. From the last series I watched on Prime, they have finally redeemed themselves.
What was
Lord
the
of
last
Rings?
series you watched?
I don't know, Wheel of Time. If you think Lord of the Rings was terribly done by them, you have not read Wheel of Time and you just don't care because they destroyed that IP.
I've never read the Wheel of Time books and I didn't watch the series, so I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine you told somebody to like tear it down. Just like take this book and just make it everybody feel
Just
shitty about
destroy it.
That's what they did.
Blow it up.
Well, maybe it was a game of telephone with 175 people, and the person at the end wrote down the screenplay for the TV show.
I'm sure it was. The original author of the series died, and the guy who finished it is still alive. Was asked for input, and he finally threw his hands up and go, they're not paying any attention to what I'm telling them. So yeah, it was. But Fallout made me feel better about Prime. I'm like, okay, they can do something right.
It can be fixed.
Well, okay, so another, just real quick, because I know we have other shows to talk about, but another good sci-fi show on Prime is Outer Range. Who else has seen it?
Out of range?
Outer Range.
I have
Not
heard
watched
it.
Out of Range.
Haven't heard
I
it.
hear Thief's Touch has seen it, so a representative from Thief's Touch is here, and they said they've seen it. Did you enjoy it? Yeah.
He says yes.
I can highly recommend it.
Well-
It feels truncated, like, oh shit, there was so much more plot we could get to, so certainly I'm hoping for a season 2. But good. But the
yeah,
Outer
yeah.
Range, I recommend Outer Range.
Out of range.
Well, aren't they the ones that picked up The Expanse too?
Yes.
Oh,
That-
God. What do you know what
that
you
is
just did?
so
I will recommend The Expanse to people that don't like sci-fi, to anybody, because it is such terrific science fiction, and it's just really good story writing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Shock. Tell me how you really feel about the Expanse. Yes.
Go watch the fucking Expanse. Go on.
Listeners, if you didn't know, Shock Doc is a fan of the Expanse.
Have you watched
I
the?
never would have guessed.
Just asking the audience, have you watched The Expanse also, or are you an idiot? I'm just curious. I'm just
Wow.
asking the questions here.
Oh, Shock's
No.
going for the kill shot.
He is. So, listeners, if you want to send angry mail, you can send it to Gotham Press Podcast at gmail.com, and we will forward that on to Shock Doc.
Or you can reach me on FetLife at ShockDoc.
But
Yeah.
we want people to talk to us first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Also,
Yeah, we want to see what they're saying.
also, if you want to,
Yeah.
here's the thing: if you want to yell at Shock
We'll just
Doc,
have a whole episode. This mother.
if you want,
Well, you don't hang around as long as I do and don't create enemies. Go on.
here's the thing: if you want to verbally yell at Shock Doc, you can actually contact Candy Sweet Box and just yell into it, and we will definitely play the messages for him.
Yodeling into Candy Sweet Box, your anger about Shock Doc. This might be another fetish on FetLife in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes, indeed.
That sounds amazing. all right, we're gonna move forward. So I had another show that I watched, another video game based show, which I gotta clap for people that are actually paying attention to material and not just handing us complete BS. Knuckles wasn't immediately Sonic, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know. I think there are a lot of.
There's only so much you can do with a game where all you do is run fast.
Yeah, exactly. The game doesn't have exactly the storyline of a Fallout or whatever.
Right.
But I think bigger picture, a lot of places like they try to ride that fine line between making something for kids and then making something for
Everyone else.
people who grew up on something, touching it, tapping into that nostalgia, and going overboard with then making it, some sort of R-rated R-rated Knuckles to me doesn't work. R-rated Sonic doesn't work.
No.
It's not.
That would be really weird.
And that's the thing. But you'll also see they try to straddle that line. Like they try to make it basically a kid's show, but then they toss in these weirdly out of place adult jokes.
Haven't they?
Anything
Don't they do that
just
on
hit
all
really
cartoons?
strange
does that,
and-
though. Anything successful does that, though.
That's true.
No, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. To me, those always hit.
Like,
they fall flat.
So
they look bad, like
in the
because
comics, there's like a rich history that's like laid out. So that's where
Yeah.
a lot of these dark themes that you're seeing in Sonic and in Knuckles. That's where you're seeing. That's where it comes from. And like I think again, when something is respectful to its source material, right, it allows people to have that connection. And I feel like it was. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Well, I was going to say.
oh yeah, I did too.
So you were bringing up the comics for Sonic, and this is something I found out some years back that I didn't realize. Apparently, Tails is a Nexus being. Mm-hmm. So there's a storyline in the comics where all the versions of Tails across their version of the multiverse all basically come together to the mainline Tails, like from the games, and they all just like give him their power, and he becomes this like hulking like thing of a version of Tails. Like, huh?
He's like Goku, but tiny.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I would have never thought that about Tails.
No, when
Miles per hour.
When I read that, I went, "What?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess."
Yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about Knuckles.
Yeah,
All right. So, what did you think of Idris Elba and voicing Knuckles?
I mean,
You can't go wrong.
you can't go wrong with that voice. He's just he can deliver those lines in that weird.
That dry English wit.
Yes.
Well,
That just deadpan fucking the
there's
greatest
no-
nonsense as if it's absolutely Shakespeare.
Yeah, he's standing there and he's making those statements like a warrior, like and like it's prophetic and it's meaningful and all these things. And in his voice, it sounds great. If I was to do those same lines, there's no way that comes across
It
as
would
being
sound like
serious.
hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Hot diggity dang. My goodness.
All right.
Okie dokie.
So what I will say, the first episode I love because he was literally all business that whole episode. It was like, no, we need to do this. And
We must be serious.
the fact that he kidnapped the mailman to have a death battle against the family dog. I was like, wow. Did nobody say, hey, this person's missing?
Dial it down.
Well, I think these occurrences were all in the same afternoon, so he hadn't had time to be missed.
He does move that fast.
This is true. He can do that.
Unless there was a montage of mailman training that I missed.
There was not a montage of
Okay,
mailman
all right.
training. There was just the mailman was locked in a room, in a closet, basically, as Knuckles built up his throne room.
That was great.
Which by all appearances tickled you.
It did. It did. But yeah, no, I just like that first episode. I just really, really enjoyed. The rest of the series, it had highs and lows for me. Like, I enjoyed. Oh, hey, we have not Robotnik because Robotnik's off wherever per the last movie.
Yeah.
But we have a lackey.
We do. We have multiple lackeys.
Power hungry.
Power hungry lackeys. And then I watched a review, and they were, in my opinion, they were right. When it's Knuckles and the other main side character, they play well off of each other. When it's just the side character, his cohort, they didn't like do enough.
Ultimately, I got 4 or 5 episodes in. I was watching it late one evening. I was getting tired. I stopped it latter part of the episode. I haven't been motivated to go back.
I think there are only 6 episodes. See, that one only has 6 episodes.
Yeah, I know. I watched most of it, but a lot of it I realized is okay. It's kind of cute, and if I had 10, 11-year-olds, it's probably the perfect show for them. Even though it does have plenty of adult jokes tossed in there,
Right.
But it was not really holding my attention.
It wasn't for you.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't
that's
for me.
okay.
Now the Outer Range.
Shock. Tell us about the Outer Range.
Well, actually,
God.
No.
Knuckles. So
yeah,
about
Beachy.
this,
I've got something on here.
about this Knuckles.
Beachy?
Oh, I mean, I really don't have a lot to say about Knuckles. I like the character's backstory. I feel like he has a history of betrayal, and I understand why he's so aggressive. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they move forward, and if they do, where it would go from there. But who knows?
I'm honestly waiting on them. They were like, all right, and next we're going to have a Tails series.
Listen, if it comes with Goku-san levels of Tails, then I am in.
They're-
I want to see him like power up and rage.
You know they're not going to do that. No, before they do that, you know what they'll do? They'll bring in every other character. They'll do
Amy.
Rouge and Amy and Biggs and...
Should I be writing these down?
No.
I got a prescription.
Not at all. There's so many other characters. Like, I'm trying to think what the fucking Gray Hedgehog's name is. I can't.
Wario? No, I'm sorry.
Close enough. Close enough.
Warwick.
No.
No, that was CSI. Rest in peace.
God. So, yeah. Knuckles, much like Shock said, it's great if you have a horse in the race for that. Like me, I grew up with Sonic, so I was interested.
Yeah.
If all you know is, oh yeah, that's the thing that runs around, don't bother, you'll be okay.
Those water levels, bro. They stressed me out so bad.
Oh God, those water levels stress everybody out. Yeah.
And they wonder why like millennials have anxiety.
If you hear the dun, 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 dun sound, yep, exactly.
Battle. Quick.
Get to the bubble so you can get more air.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does. So yeah. So Knuckles, me. I enjoyed it. Hopefully other people did too. Hey listeners, if you enjoyed Knuckles, feel free to tell us all about that. You can message us on fetlife.com and just find the Gotham Press, and you can shoot us a quick message, say, hey, we enjoyed Knuckles.
And even if I didn't finish it yet, I might go back and finish it. I do recommend it. It's cute.
It's cute.
You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
It certainly has its moments.
It does. It has actually some of the action scenes I really did enjoy.
The creepiness of the bounty hunter.
Oh,
You talk about a well done character, because I hate that guy.
yeah.
That's a sign that you've done a character well when someone watching the show just goes, fuck, I hate that guy.
Yeah. Oh, something I was going to bring up, I almost forgot. His grandfather or father. Did you know whose voice that was? Knuckles.
I did at the time, but I forgot.
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, yes.
It's
But I saw him in the credits in the opening sequence. So
The funny thing is, like, because I didn't see the name initially, and I just hear the voice, like, I know that voice.
That's Doc Brown.
The mystical old
the voice
warrior.
from my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mystical old warrior.
I'm like, I know that voice. Why do I know that voice? And I'm just thinking like, I know that voice. Why do I know that voice? And as he continues to talk, I'm like,
Now, when you got the realization, did you scream, "Great Scott"?
Was it when he said, Marty?
no, it was before that. But yes, I did have a Great Scott moment.
Good.
I did have a Great Scott moment. Because you kind of have to whenever it's Christopher Lloyd and you realize it's his voice. That's what happens.
I still think it's funny that the internet bullied them into fixing Sonic's face. Those teeth.
No.
Okay,
no.
the original
That's
ones
not-
were terrible.
It's not that it's funny. It's good
No,
that they did that.
That's when bullying works.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong there.
Sometimes you have to be a bully. We had to fix it for the culture.
By the
we had
way,
to fix it for the culture.
I'm going to add an asterisk to that comment. It's okay to bully corporations
Yes.
worth
Yes.
billions
Not
of dollars.
Yes.
Not people.
It's perfectly okay.
Not
Yeah.
people. It's a situational bullying,
That
okay?
Ding, 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 ding.
So one thing I will say about the original Sonic with the fucked up teeth, they did a great job of using that model of Sonic in the Chippendale movie.
I know. That was so funny.
That was great. If you haven't seen the Chippendale movie,
Oh, it was good.
It's-
Might have to
pretty good.
now.
I'm not into strippers.
Well, not male ones.
you know what, Shock?
Give it a shot.
Shock,
Yes.
it's not Magic Mike. I'll give you that. No, the Chippendale movie. I keep wanting to say Rescue Rangers, but I think it was
not
just
Rescue
it was
Rangers.
just Chippendale.
Honey, you loved Magic Mike so much. I got his Chippendale.
Totally different movie.
A very different vibe.
Totally different movie.
Be ready to be blown away.
noise.
Oh my god, that reminds me of a time. So my mom, way back in the day, like when you would download movies, not allegedly,
Allegedly.
downloaded.
LimeWire.
Sorry, I had something in my throat there.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts, obviously, but like.
Swallowed
They
them down.
downloaded this like CGI Happy Feet, which is like a penguin movie, and burned it onto a DVD for their church, which is the best part about this story. Did not look at the file first, and her feet were happy, all right, but that was not what she intended to show this kid.
Oh, kids! Oh no!
Is that a penguin waddling between her feet? Oh my God, no!
It wasn't just the feet that were happy.
Beachy, thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
That's amazing.
You're so welcome.
Why is that penguin so oily?
Man, that's a weird looking beak.
What are the noises the penguin's making?
Aren't they usually black and white?
They may have been. We don't know.
I personally didn't see it, but I heard the story about it from my brother, and it was good.
That's funny.
He enjoyed it.
He was very weirded out by it because it came from his mom.
Oh,
Well, there, that, yeah.
I mean,
I'm guessing the lesson was learned that day.
yeah. Always view the files.
Make sure of what you're showing before you show it. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Now I'm gonna have to find the torrent with Happy Feet.
You're gonna find the torrent with Happy Feet now?
I'm gonna have to now.
I didn't realize you were into all that. So, Splicer,
Try once.
Splicer, tell us more about your enjoyment of Happy Feet.
As long as there's plenty of lotion, I'm good.
5 minutes later.
Oh, Splicer, please stop playing footsie with me.
Oh, feet?
My feet are that long, not that long.
Oh, God, what kind of podcast have I routed?
What a world!
What have you done?
What have I done indeed? All right, so moving forward.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
You're excited about this one?
Yes, I am.
So I didn't have a link for this one because there's no official link for it yet. But TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is a movie has been basically greenlit at this point, following the Last Ronin storyline from the comics.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage
It's
Mutant
not going to be
Ninja
as happy as you
Turtles.
think, though.
No.
It's a very sad story.
Sad heroes in a half shell.
Sad hero.
power.
There is only one turtle left.
Yeah.
All the other
one.
ones have died. But you don't know which one it is that's still alive. He's using all their weapons.
That explains the Ronin. Got it.
Yeah, he's using all the weapons. You have no idea which turtle it is that survived. And it's based in a neo future sort of thing where he's going up against somebody.
Is this where the Hawkeye storyline came from? Because it feels like the Hawkeye storyline.
I hadn't thought about that. I don't think so.
Because didn't they refer to him as the Ronin when he was taking out the Yakuza?
Yeah, Hawkeye was
Oh,
Ronin.
yeah, when he was Ronin.
Yeah, but basically you have the one turtle left, and he does not take shit from anybody. And in the comics, well, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people like me grew up with Turtles as Saturday morning cartoon. It was great.
Silly, goofy.
Yeah.
Haha, funny.
Didn't
Pizza.
realize that in the comics,
Yep.
it gets bloody and very violent very quickly. It's like, oh.
Well, the children's presentation of people running around with murderously sharp, highly skilled weapon usage, and no one gets a wound.
That's true.
As opposed to the reality of swinging around blades and knives and
Smashing somebody in the head with a large wooden staff or hitting them repeatedly with nunchucks.
Remember, G.I. Joe could not show violence, despite the fact everyone firing a weapon and shooting planes out of the air where they crash and the pilots tumble to safety.
It's on safety, or there is a shot far away of a parachute opening to show that, oh yes, they survived just fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think the interesting thing to me is, like, on screen up until now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has always been, Leonardo struggling with leadership and Donatello being kind of,
Nerdy.
off to the side, nerdy, doing his thing. Raphael's always angry and Mikey's just goofy and whatever else. And it's always, there's a little bit of play on each of those, but it's never, there doesn't ever seem to be any development of them. Like they learn some tiny thing and that's it.
But they don't grow as individuals.
Yeah,
they don't have an
grow.
arc. What were you saying earlier about story arc? They don't have
exactly.
an
And and that's what I think that's going to be on screen.
as
No, I'm
presented-
not talking about
as-
his
I
comic
will
books.
say, like what was it? The last movie, like cartoon-ish.
Oh,
movie
the
that
Mutant
came out.
Mayhem?
Yeah, that was really good.
Right.
There
Which-
was actually like character development, and there was goofiness, of course, but there was like actual.
Well, I'm not looking for it all to be
But
super serious.
in general, though, you are correct. I do think that you're correct in that by saying that like there's not a lot of development. They're not allowed to develop.
Also, Last Ronin, R rating.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. What I was going to say about the Mutant Mayhem, I know that Paramount is developing a series, like between the first movie and the next movie that's coming out. So there may be a little bit of growth in that because, hey, here's all the stuff that happened between, and then we get to the next movie. It's like, oh, they are totally different people now, or characters, I should say. Yeah. Maybe April got over her throwing up on camera every time.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. But yeah, no, I am.
Can we get her another jumpsuit? Does she always have to be in the yellow jumpsuit?
It'll make a whole lot better porn. Well, unless,
So
unless your kink is her throwing up. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
What's the name for the blowjob porn where the woman vomits all over the cock?
Ew. No, I have no idea on that one. What was I going to say? So Splicer.
Voo cocky? I don't know.
Ew.
Vomakaki.
No, stop. Stop it all. Stop everything.
I'm gonna throw up these nuts.
No, not the nuts.
Well done.
Well
Bishi.
done. Well done.
Well
I'm
done.
dead. I'm dead.
I had a joke that. Oh, there it goes.
Was it better than that one? Because I don't think it was.
It was not.
Censored, man. Stop.
It was not. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was about how Splicer hasn't seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles porno.
Oh, well, you know, I'll go look it up.
There you go. See, now you have homework.
Now you have
now you're
material.
going to have me on the next show, and we'll do that porno for one of the...
Your porno review. Is that what your stick is going to be on here? No, Splicer's porno reviews.
I
Now
haven't seen
over to
it.
Splicer.
I haven't seen it myself. You seem to be an expert. Do they make the same sounds as the tortoise humping the military helmet?
Here's the thing. I have never actually seen it. I just heard of it. I've
Sure.
seen a clip,
Sure.
but I've
Yeah,
never seen
okay.
the actual thing.
Do
Listen,
they
this
use
is
the
a safe
weapons as
space.
toys?
You don't have to lie.
It absolutely does not look like something that's on your phone right now.
Wow. Wow.
Download it into a locked folder. Absolutely not, Kevin.
No, it's not in a folder at all in the downloads.
Listeners, I feel attacked right now.
Is April,
You should feel seen. We see you.
I don't know if I want to be seen like that.
does April take the bow staff like a good girl?
Probably. Oh, God.
Report to me on how good I'm doing.
He's half shell deeper than right now.
Oh, God. Coming in a half shell. Turtle power. Oh, God. Where were we at? I've lost track.
TMT,
Ronin.
the Ronin.
Doesn't Casey Jones make an appearance in that? I'm pretty sure.
And
The porno.
probably. I have no idea. I
can't-
haven't
hope
actually
so.
seen
I'm
it.
pretty sure my friend has sent me clips about this.
Okay.
need Casey
I
Jones.
literally have not seen it, so I don't know.
All I
need-
remember
I
is the
need
hockey
Splinter.
mask.
Wait, what did you say about Splinter?
I need Splinter. I need Casey Jones. I need everybody.
All the characters.
I need that. I need the
Shredder
rhino.
with the weirdest condom you've ever fucking seen in your life.
I need the rhino and the warthog. I need it all.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
There you go. Those are the ones.
Yep. Not Toka and Razor from the live action movie of the 90s.
Oh no.
God, no. Please,
That's
no.
too much.
Though they probably did borrow the costumes from the 90s episode, the 90s movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. What you don't think it was just guys in green makeup saying, "I'm a turtle."
I'm a turtle. Eat this.
With a felt
Wait.
backpack, yeah.
Wait, was Vanilla Ice in it?
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Who knew the Last Ronin was going to derail this?
I should have. But
Nothing rockets you to fame like rapping for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh boy.
I feel like you might have built a crew that was
think
going to derail any podcast.
I think we've broken the captain.
I didn't realize.
So quick, someone get the kink spark. We have broken Captimus Prime.
I wasn't
We must
ready.
save him at all costs.
God,
thought I was ready. I was not ready.
Derailers assemble.
derailers symbol. Derailicons.
Oh, it's the little things that make it so fucking funny.
You know, I just realized what the title of this episode is now. Captimus versus the Derailicons. Oh, God. I'm going to try to get us back on track. I want to make an attempt. A small attempt to get us back on the rails. So, who here has gone to church at some point in their life?
Unfortunately, yes, me.
Sadly, yes. Sadly, far too long.
Why do you think I have
too
such a
much.
disdain for church?
Well,
It did net me a nice trip to Italy, though. So
I was raised in cults.
That's where I figured out the most religious people shouting the loudest in church are the biggest hypocrites.
yes, yes.
typically are.
I don't know what direction to go, so let's go faster.
Yeah.
That's not the first time I've heard that. But let me tell you, I don't recommend it.
No, and that's to me that's what religion often looks like.
How do you spot the biggest asshole in town? They're the one in the back going, "Amen, preacher, amen." Oh, you said it, preacher. Everybody look at me while I scream out at the preacher. He and I are the same. Look at me.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's been my Southern Baptist experience. You feel free to, echo your own.
Baptist, not Southern Baptist growing up. But this is in regards to the Methodist Church. Apparently, they decided, you know what? We're going to be okay with LGBT people. Finally, they've made an official decision that they're okay with doing same-sex marriages and having out and proud preachers in their ranks.
Good.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it might have taken them a long time, but I feel like they're very, very methodical in getting to there.
Oh,
Well, here's
as
the-
someone who so I have a little bit of insight on this specifically. So like my mother, her parents were like evangelical Pentecostal pastors, which boy, that's a ride.
Yeah.
The only thing that they missed were snakes, thank God. But
I'm sorry, the only thing they missed were snakes?
yeah, it's a
Like
thing.
handling venomous snakes
Yeah,
is
it's
a
a
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a thing.
you know,
It's a
yeah.
thing.
Oh,
You
I
can
was
prove
not aware.
you can prove your loyalty to God by picking up rattlesnakes and kissing them and stuff like that.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they don't bite you, you're
The
blessed by
fuck?
God. Oh yeah,
And
no.
if they bite you and you survive,
Wow.
you're blessed by God.
We
apparently.
have fucked up the captain again.
It's
yeah.
the same.
But
I've
It's
never.
the same
My-
old thing. All outcomes lead to God did it.
my grandparents immigrated here and they came on a church visa, and that was through the Methodist Church. So every Sunday we would go to, when I was with them, we would go to the Methodist Church, which is very structured, right? But I will give them credit. Like every time I'd walk in there with like piercings or crazy hair or like weird clothes, I never once got like, ugh, what are you doing? Which I absolutely got in the other church. I felt like it was more accepting as a whole. So this decision does not surprise me. They've honestly been pretty cool with the LGBTQ community for a hot minute, but this is like an official statement.
Yeah.
So I'm personally not surprised. They welcome, like there's even a local branch here that will have a Zen Buddhist come like every, I think like third or fourth Saturday or whatever, and they allow them to practice in their fellowship hall and observe practice and have people come. So
Very cool.
I'm not surprised by this. That's
Not
awesome.
not stand out and scream heathen the whole time. No? Wow.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, like one time I was walking and the first time I came and I was looking for because I'm Buddhist, right? I was looking for the practice and they're like, oh, you're not here for our thing? Oh, that's no problem, honey. It's over here. I'm like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So, for the story that I was looking at about this, apparently this is the United Methodist Church, which is everybody that decided to stay with that, which is the more free thinking and open, people in that.
Yeah.
Apparently, the more conservative of that group, though, they all left to make the Global Methodist Church,
Good riddance.
which is still very much no, we do not side by that sort of thing.
Well, if you want a really good humorous take on that kind of religious thing, look up Emo Phillips' bit about two people that meet each other and they realize they're from the same religious background, and They go down the stair step of it's this, is it that, is it this, is it that? And when they get to the bottom and they finally converge on their theory, he yells, "Die, heretic, die," and tries to stab you.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Fuck.
It's a great piece. It's a terrific piece.
I now need to see this because
I've now given away the plot line, but
I feel like there's stuff in the middle there that I've missed, but I'm gonna find that out.
But it is representative of that notion of, okay, we all believe in Christ as, the Son of God, but I believe this slight variation and you believe that slight variation, therefore I hate your fucking guts. And, it's the stair step of various sub religions.
just the little bits. You said this was Emo Phillips?
Emo Phillips, yeah. Emo Phillips is a terrific comedian. Couldn't recommend enough. Been around for almost 100 years. Really creative, really unique.
So just a little bit older than you.
But his bit on
delivery,
religion, this conversation about religion until he figures out that the other person is not from the Reform, but from the conservative, and that's when it's die, heretic, die. So
Die, heretic, die. Wow.
Whew. At least it wasn't have an exorcism, you heathen.
Yeah.
I've been through quite a few of those, actually. It's not
I'm sorry.
pleasant.
You've been exercised?
I told you I was raised in a cult.
Cults are
Join the
vastly
club.
different. You gotta.
Well,
Join
this
the-
was a
well,
religious cult.
Depends on how you.
I've just had a lot explained.
You got.
Yeah.
When you start
A lot of explanation.
But here's the thing. A lot of people look at cults and they go, well, it's some, small thing. It's some weird guy out in the middle of the desert and he's dragging people out there and he's starving them and brainwashing them and
you
whatever
mean like
else.
Catholicism?
Yeah, that too. No, but that's what I'm saying is that if you start looking at what most people would say, okay, here's the definition of a cult, right? They're controlling your life in a particular way. They're doing, X, Y, Z, and Q. And you figure out that most major religions kind of fall into X, Y, Z, and Q. They all, there's very much this control exerted over you. The extent to which they try and keep you there is, I guess, the best indication to me of how culty you want to call them. Having grown up in what I would now tell you is a cult.
I feel like I should ask for more on this, but I'm kind of afraid to.
Isn't and we have derailed the conversation. Good for the
Have you
United
been to
Methodist
the- have you
Church
been on the
for
Gotham Press?
Yes.
finally being
There's
supportive
a
of the
positive
LGBT,
thing.
both
Openly supportive,
openly
yeah.
supportive,
Yeah.
and basically telling people in a much broader sense, come in and join us. You're part of that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you're welcome.
But in a sense, one of the elements of occultism is it's like addiction. Okay, lots of people drink. It's an addiction when it's destructive to your life. A lot of people are religious. It's a cult when it's destructive to your life, or this grouping, this personality that brought us all together, this one shining star. When it starts becoming negative and destructive, there's a lot of religions that maybe not for the people involved, but for their children. It is a destructive thing if they're not straight.
If you don't fit the mold.
Do not fit the mold. Thank you. That's a much better way of putting it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely
How
stood out
dare you stray from the mold?
ever since I was probably born.
Can't be different.
Ever since you were born.
And
No,
to me,
that's not an understatement.
Are you bad to the bone? Is that what we're going with?
Bad to the
I mean,
bone.
to me, good on the Methodist Church because,
Yeah.
for lack of a better way to put this, seems like that's what Jesus would do.
I agree.
I mean, if you
there are
follow the
all
text,
there are all these religions, right? And they claim to be very Christian, but if that means you're supposed to be being like Christ, I feel like there's a lot of things they're up to that don't have anything to do with what he was telling people to do.
I think
and
where
what he
people get lost in the sauce is they like to quote, especially when it's like anti-LGBTQ, and like especially, we'll just take that as an example, right? They quote the Old Testament. Well, if you have studied the Bible as much as I have, that is the old covenant, the old promise, right? New Testament is when Jesus came and whatever, and which is a new promise, which means all of that is void.
New rules.
It's part of the history, but it is
They
not
updated
to
your
continually
terms
be
of
referenced.
service.
Yes.
You didn't have any
Exactly.
choice but to check the
And
box if
people
you
are
wanted to
not
continue to use the
continuing,
program.
And like usual, people don't read the damn terms of service and just keep going back to the old shit. That's exactly what's happening.
Are you telling me
So,
that people cherry pick
also,
religion?
let me propose my take on this. Religion, I've said this before, religion in general is narcissism. It is everything in the universe dies. Stars die. They have a lifespan and they fade away. But not me. I'm so important to the universe, I have a get-out-of-death-free card. I am immortal. And you, asshole, you're not as good as I am. Ooh. I'm going to be immortal. You're going to burn in the pits of hell. I've decided. There's so much about religion is based on this notion that I am so important to a 14 billion-year-old universe that I am immortal. And that's where I can't wrap my head around it. Because despite all my ego, I ain't fucking immortal.
That you're aware of.
You let me free to prove me wrong.
No, you have to prove us wrong.
no.
I mean, my atoms will be around forever. But that's not me.
That's not you.
And that's not an ethereal plane. That is the carbon that I'm created from, that in one day will be part of this earth, already cremated, if anybody that fucking loves me has listened. And is going to be part of a completely scorched dirt ball that's sitting outside a red giant sun before it collapses into a brown dwarf.
Shock. Are you telling us that you don't want to be part of the zombie apocalypse when it happens?
No.
Come
It's the smell.
on.
I can't stand strong perfumes. I don't want to fucking smell the rotting flesh strolling around.
No, we mean as a zombie. You said
And
you want to
if
be...
No.
If you would like to smash Shock's head in when he ultimately rises, make sure to message us.
Look, if I'm ever in a
The
position
Gotham
where I
Press.
have to be in diapers for the rest of my life, take me out back and put a 45 slug in my brain, because that's what you do with people. That's what people that love you will do.
No, because then those people will go to jail.
No. See, it was a hunting accident. We just peppered him a little.
We were doing target practice,
We are not,
and our helpless, stroked-out friend strolled down range, and it was a horrible scene.
We took him shooting a
Dick
pheasant,
Cheney.
and
You're
he
a
fucked
chain
the
shot,
pheasant.
aren't you?
We're not
C-Spicer?
changing.
Listen,
See,
I love you.
hold on.
I'll pull a Cheney if you really need it.
That's what I'm
I
talking
got
about.
you.
That's very sweet of you.
what'd
I
you
like
say?
that. Pull
That's-
Cheney.
That's what I was going to say. Is you don't want to use a 45. Let's
use
use a 12
shotgun.
gauge.
Yes.
I'm so
We can
fond
take
of a
care of you.
45.
Well, it sounds fun.
Listen, we didn't
It does
realize he
sound
was
fun.
out there picking up the clays.
But
we
I
didn't
feel like
see him.
it's easier to cover up the whole swung-on game thing.
Yeah, but at range, it's harder to kill with a shotgun.
No, you're not going to have to be at range. I'll be up close and look you in the eye. When
Oh,
I shoot
you
in
were.
the
I
chest.
get it. You were targeting, and I leaned in the wrong time.
Yeah. You flushed the pheasant. I heard the bird fly, and I went, "Oh, whoa, shit, he's right
Boom.
there!" Bang. Like she said, a Dick Cheney.
Dick pulled a Dick Cheney.
Listen, if you lack enough melanin, anything is possible.
I was talking earlier
Well,
about basically
All
cosplaying
of
those guys.
You're gonna need two colors.
We'll have the community. We'll have the community give you money so you're rich. Then anything is
there
truly
you go.
possible.
There you
I
go.
am exceptionally Caucasian.
You were missing, yeah. I'm white enough. I don't think I'm rich enough
Yet. We have time.
There you go.
So the next Patreon is going to be in support of C-Splicer when he puts down a rabid shotgun.
This is going into my.
Listen, it's a
if I win
community
the,
service, y'all.
this
We're
is
trying
going
You know
to
what's
protect
important,
you.
guys? There's no evidence of this. That's the
right.
best thing. There's no evidence of
we
the
didn't plan
conspiracy.
this.
Not at all.
Hold on, real quick. FBI, this is all in jest.
This is purely hypothetical.
Portions of the broadcast are hypothetical.
That's right.
The opinions expressed by the guests of the Gotham Press are not.
How do you
exactly-
feel about pigs? Cremating you is expensive.
I'm a big fan of pork.
Feed you the pigs.
Again, in a 14 billion year old universe, if I'm also part of the bacon, go.
All right.
Oh, dear God. That's what Shock wants when he dies. He wants to die and be resurrected as bacon.
He's not
No,
being
no, no,
resurrected.
no.
He's being reconstituted.
Reconstituted as bacon.
Cheapest cremation possible. Throw my ashes in a hole. Plant an oak tree with a watering system. I'll still be there. In some form, I'll be there for a long time.
Yeah.
I'll be there long after anybody that ever remembers me is still alive.
This is true.
Till my great grandchildren chop down that tree and make a chair out of it.
And I'm still around.
There you go. And then you got a chair.
Little microscopic carbon portion of me is right in that fucking chair.
Still filling up asses.
I like it.
Still filling up asses. My face right there on the ass. How more appropriate could it be as a memorial to my life than my face be the seat of a chair and some woman sits on it?
Moisturize me.
Oh, God. This is not Doctor Who.
Oh, come on.
She can do her 3D telefan OnlyFans right from their middle, just broadcast over the middle waves. Yeah.
God.
Right from my
little
face.
Pinhole cam right in the bottom. It's fine.
So anyway,
Don't we have a sponsor that could do that for him?
I sure we do.
Yeah, we
I
do.
sure.
the grandsons of JW Paddles turning me into a paddle. Right back on the ass. I spent my life chasing the ass, and I'm right back on the fucking ass.
There you go. There you go.
That is a great way to end it. Let's be honest.
Hey, I'd be okay with this.
Yes.
I would be okay with this.
That would be a fine ending to anyone's life, truly.
Absolutely.
Oh God.
I now have new goals.
You have new goals now.
I'm whooping ass from the grave.
Whooping ass from the grave.
A paddle, a chair, and a wooden dildo. Yes.
Shock. Even though you're going to be cremated, I want a gravestone for you that literally says "whooping ass from beyond." Still. Yes, and everybody's going to look like, what do you mean he's whooping ass? Literally what he says.
We're gonna have floggers carved into the gravestone, dude. Come on.
You know, people are not going to know what that is. Everybody that
Ping
watches.
pong paddles. What is?
He must have loved
He
ping
must
pong.
have been a ping pong. I'm gonna Google it.
Big fan.
No.
Big fan.
No, Splicer, you said people that you're going to have floggers carved into it, right? People are going to look like, oh, that's a weird whip. It's not a whip. It's not a whip. It kills me on
Wow,
TV shows
he was
when they
a
do that.
cowboy.
No, that's gonna be on. That's gonna be on there too.
Yeehaw!
2 floggers. It's not a whip.
It's not a whip. See, there needs to be like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type voice. It's not a Duma. It's not a whip.
It's not the whip.
Oh God! All right, we had at least one other story. At least one other story.
What do we got? What do we got?
did.
After the Methodists,
After the method.
who we're liking right at the
Narcissism.
moment.
Bumble. Do we all know what Bumble is?
I do know of Bumble.
I'm vaguely aware.
I've never
Vaguely aware.
I've never had any women on Bumble contact me.
I've
so I can't
never used a
speak
dating
to
app
the efficacy.
ever.
Well, that's
I
because-
used the munches.
That's because you've been married for since
1980.
since before I was born.
Wow,
Shit,
I
I'm
wasn't
aware.
even born then.
I was in kindergarten.
As the audience laughs.
I'm
Laughing
poly.
at my age over there.
And plenty of poly people also do dating apps. I just never have. Everybody I've ever spent time with, I've probably met at a munch.
Okay.
Because I like meeting people in person. The concept of scrolling through apps, and I know your story. I know I read ahead on your story. Part of that is some changes to help minimize that scroll. Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, that idea it doesn't sound particularly sexy to me.
It's not. I've had varying levels of success with it in my lifetime, but that's also because I'm a little bit younger than you, just a tiny bit. So I was kind of the target audience at that point.
Yes.
Actually, I was just outside the target. Either way,
Well, really, if you're single and looking, there's nothing wrong with the dating app.
this is true.
It's just most people I know, when they discuss dating apps, they discuss their frustration with
with
dating apps, but also they discuss their frustration with dating.
yeah.
So, we all know a lot of people that have, you know what, she's got a pretty good list of aspects about her personality, her looks, etc. Surely she can find someone, and, those connections are hard.
She does find someone, not the right someone a lot of times, but she finds someone.
Dick pic.
Oh,
dick
God.
pic. Listen, it got okay. So for funsies, I've been cuffed
funsies?
I've been cuffed up for a hot minute. Happily, we're good. But like for funsies, me and my friends like created a dating profile, and we were literally going through, and I shit you not, within 3 minutes of me like putting up the little photos and like my profile being live, right? 30 dick pics.
Oh yeah.
Just instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Only
know what
30?
I did? Well, that was the first 3 minutes. Do you know what I did, though? I gave them grades and tips on how to light them because I'm a photographer, and that's what I do.
Well, that's well
You
done.
need to
I
make
like
this
that.
dick cinematic in
That's
order
a-
for it to be interesting to me, sir. Thank you.
Cinematic.
That's a positive response. I like.
Hold on. I have a question. What is a cinematic dick pic?
The
Hold
lighting
on a
is
moment.
so nice. The
hold on. Ask
I'm
Shock.
somewhat of an
the
amateur
veins,
photographer.
The
Hold on.
veins of the shaft
All right,
look pleasant,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Or if you're going for like moody and dramatic, you've got the shadow of the shaft, and you just see whether or not the balls are perky.
Do a,
It's just,
do a nice
I don't
black
care.
and white.
There we go.
Man,
All right,
you
Green
It's
Goblin.
just all about the lighting. It's all about the lighting, the colors that you choose to put on it.
I would never show a woman. I would never show a woman a dick pic without asking. May I?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay, it's strictly grading. I'm perfectly
Strictly
comfortable
grading.
with the amount of dick I have.
I feel that that's a solid B+.
Yeah, there we go.
The lighting's really nice. You got some really nice shadows happening there.
Glisten from the oil.
Yeah, glistening. It's
Like-
it's glistening. Yeah.
Like my,
That's
well,
you know what? I correct A.
Like
that's
my-
a nice.
That's
Like my-
incredibly
That's very
generous. of you.
my brother was in photography, and he's like, it needs to be visually interesting,
Yes.
and that's the game.
I'm a storyteller.
There you
You're
go.
not telling me a story other than Dick Hard Go Smash Burr.
Go smash burr.
Look, I have an erection. Don't you want it too? Aren't you fascinated by my erection like I am?
Wait. What's the song from the 80s? Do you really want to hurt? Is that
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yeah.
Boy George.
Boy,
Do
thank
you
you.
really want to rate me?
No. No.
It's a service that I offer you.
No. From the guy, it's like, don't you really want to fuck me? Yes, that's the correct response.
Now that I have an erection, we're obviously both horny.
Obviously, both horny.
Obviously.
Your mere presence on the internet means you are looking for my dick.
Mine is the one that you're
So
missing.
the crossover with religion is narcissism.
Yes.
Yes. So do we have a Venn diagram for that?
I will say though,
Probably
I think
pretty close together.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
so. Having done some of the the online dating, whatever else. Yes, it's a different target audience, but you have to understand that target audience, I think, will complain about the problems of regular dating and finding someone. They've become so, I don't know, nose in their phone. That's the target audience,
the
right?
biggest problem
Is
from,
these people.
from what I've been told, because like I said, I haven't been on dating apps, but I have a lot of friends that are and have been on dating apps. And I've told all of them, guys and girls and everybody in between, the problem is people need to be honest. If you want to just go on there and find somebody to fuck, say
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yes.
that.
Yes,
Just
yes,
be
yes.
honest.
Say that. Be an adult. Don't waste people's time. Please just be honest. Like, that's a problem in person before dating apps. That's been a problem. If that's all you want, that's fine.
And there's plenty of apps that are now catering to that idea, like
Tinder.
specific. Well, not just Tinder, because I mean Tinder. In the beginning, Tinder kind of was that just by default because it was the thing that everybody did, right?
Yeah.
And it was easy to just go, okay, flick, and you just throwing people out
and
you didn't want.
I think with
easily.
Tinder, it instantly became this synonymous with hookup as opposed to
Yeah.
dating.
Well, but here's
Because you're doing it by location. It's how close is somebody to me that's also using this app.
Yeah.
If you're, Tinder and Grindr, if the leading reason I'm contacting you is you're across the room,
Yeah.
or you're in the next fucking coffee shop, it's not because of your winning personality.
Yeah. It does lend
doesn't
itself
imply
to that, sure.
we're a perfect long-term match. It implies that your vagina is really close to
No.
my dick.
No, but that's the same. That's the same situation you're going to have going down to a bar and going, you're across the room. Like proximity is the beginnings of anything. How
Okay,
far it
I'll
goes
give you
after
that.
that is the same. I think in
But
in both the
but
situations.
in that instance, you're in the bar. You can only talk to people in the bar.
It's true.
If you're online and you're dating,
Well,
you
you
have
could be
the
talking
world
to
to date
people.
from.
Oh,
With
absolutely.
Tinder, you're dating by the person that's closest to you, even if they're not in the same building. They're
Absolutely.
in the same block, in the same mile, etc. That to me implies more hookup than it does long-term relationship
Absolutely generous.
search. Yeah.
Well, but here's the other thing. There are some dating sites that are very much more detailed, and they're doing the work for you. It's like the old school matchmaking, actual,
Matchmaker.
a
Make me a
matchmaking
match.
service, right?
Find
That
me
they
a
used to have.
find,
That you'd
catch me a
you'd
catch.
send in your profile. You tell them, okay, I like all these things. I don't like all these things, and they would go, okay, here's 6 women in your area that are into all those things and not into the things you're not into. That on some level makes sense, but there are the things I think that have ruined all these apps. Period. Right? One. Well, let's be honest. It's men. It's the idea that
Yes.
on the female side of that app, all you're ever going to see is dick pics. Like it's constantly dudes. And as a guy who isn't necessarily looking for that, or wasn't when I was doing it, it's just
Are
it's
you
that
saying you weren't
same
looking for
thing.
dick?
Well, it's the same irritation that I have, and I'm not like I don't want to jump into the whole I'd rather pick a bear argument that's going on the internet right now. But
I
it's
have
like, it's
so
kind of
much
that
to say
same
about
thing.
that.
Like I'm getting swept up by all these guys.
The
who just,
tsunami of individual
Of
guys that you can't tell them fucking apart.
Yep.
Washing you out to a sea of
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What was I thinking when I put this app on my phone?
I become, stereotyped by all these guys.
Yeah.
By their actions, by their attitudes. The other side of that, though, is capitalism.
Oh, yes.
No, like you go on the male side of that and you start looking and you're going to find women trying to, a picture of a woman who
Yep,
is
there you
probably backed by some dude trying to scam you out of money. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll go on there and I can swipe past a bunch of different, pictures of very good looking women. But you get to a point where you can kind of look at the picture and go, yeah, it's a fake account. The picture is of a certain quality in a certain lighting that, not that you wouldn't do a great job taking your own pictures or whatever else, but there's a certain falseness to it that you begin to see. The very, very obvious ones are when they are a very, very beautiful Asian woman who's very clearly not in Bakersfield ever. There's 20 pics of this woman all around the world, by the way. And she's probably some very famous Asian model I never heard of because there's billions of people
or
living
an
with
AI
those
modified
sort of features.
face. I've seen a lot of
There is some of
photos
that.
recently. Which the original photo probably was an actual photo of an individual, but that anime-looking face, I'm pretty sure that's AI.
These have been. I'm sure that some of them have been altered in that way. Some of them are just very, very beautiful women. But it's like
the world's.
There are, and some of them come right out and say, "Oh yeah, I'm in Thailand, and I want you to, I'm trying to find a guy
so I can
somewhere."
get out of here.
I'm like, and I get it, that's mail order bride type stuff. But anyway, there is very much on that side of it, capitalism taking over and just trying to get money out of it any which way they can. Honestly, so I was on an app where the women talk for free. Men, you got to pay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it does make sense because men will pay and women don't have to.
They don't.
If you go
Pussy costs money, dick is free.
To the swingers club, it's $15 for a woman and $65 for a single guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no.
Women are
You got it
free.
wrong. It's
Well,
free,
it used to
free
be.
for single
Depending.
women.
It can be.
Free for single women, $40 for couples, $80 to $100 for single guys.
Because I'm only half as weird because I have.
Because literally, otherwise the place would just be all guys standing around waiting for one woman to walk in the door.
Oh, yeah.
And then
absolutely.
hopefully she can escape. Hopefully she can escape. Are you okay, Misha?
That's not inaccurate. That response is not inaccurate.
No, not at all. And that's, yeah.
So I just realized we on a whole different tangent from what I was going to talk about with that.
With Bumble?
So
Yes, with
So what
Bumble.
changes did they make?
So
I'm curious.
So Bumble, which is generally since its inception, women contact first.
yes, that's
Yeah.
the rule of the site.
That's the rule. Apparently, they felt that they got new leadership at Bumble because they're losing money, and so it's like, okay, well, we're going to give the guys a small chance to, talk first. What women can do now on there is they can set up an icebreaker question, like, hey, yes, you can message me first if you answer this question. Answer this question,
Okay.
and
Reading
then
comprehension is important.
that's true too. That requires a guy to read the
Sentence
profile.
structure.
and that really does. I mean, that's
Communicating a cohesive thought through dialogue.
that's actually a really innovative
That's a really cool
idea
concept, to be honest.
for
with
any
you.
site, realistically, because that would solve the problem I'm talking about. Like all these fake ones, you can tell their English is all messed up. They're,
Hi. What you doing? You up?
Nothing sadder than a really unattractive person in the light of his monitor being photographed with his webcam and trying to show off his dick.
so difficult. Such a hard shot.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will admit, I was at one point that guy. I will admit to it. I got better,
You've
I
grown.
mean,
just a little bit.
I don't know. Like to be at
In
least
more ways than one.
at
It's
least a
huge. That's what
normal
we're saying.
unflattering pic is like genuine.
I mean, I think this is a great idea. Had I been on, here's the thing. Anybody can message me. I'm more than happy to talk to people. I think conversation is a great way to get to know somebody regardless of what intentions are, right? So people will message me all the time, and like I pole dance, so they'll ask me a lot of questions about pole and like why I start. I'm like, hey, I'll talk to you all day about this. Give me you opened up Pandora's box, babe. That music, anime, gaming stuff. I'll
Pandora's
never
pole?
shut up. Pandora's pole. Why have I not?
I don't know. Why haven't you?
I'm so mad at myself for not coming up with that. But
You are
fine.
more than welcome to take it and say it was
Thank you.
yours.
The future still lies ahead of you. Changes can be made.
Is that going to be
right.
your new pet name, Pandora's Pole?
Confiscate that.
Copyright
TM,
pending.
TM. We'll see. maybe I'll write a song.
On this
There you
date,
go.
May 2024.
Well, you're going to have 2 weeks till it's out to the broad public,
Yep.
at least.
Yep.
and one of us would steal it, but we're not that fucking motivated.
No. I mean,
I get, good plan. I'm gonna.
I mean, I feel like-
but first I'm gonna watch The Expanse again.
Shock, there are other shows.
Because here's the thing, you want to. Okay, so the question is, now we have to think about it. What would your icebreaker question be?
oh, that's a good question.
For us as guys,
Just as guys, or if
Just
you
as
were as a person, I think. What would your icebreaker question be?
well, I think if I remember correctly from the article, it said that Bumble has some
our
automatic.
determined-
Wait. They have those, but you do have the option to
can
put
make
in
your own
your
custom.
own as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something that makes it more to you to say, oh, hey, they actually did pay attention.
And
Something that you want to know.
Which can also imply that the person creating the account is creative and thoughtful as well.
Yes, if
as
it's not a
opposed to just I
canned
just
question.
checked the box while I was checking other boxes.
Right, that's
makes,
true.
That makes sense.
Then that begs the question: what would yours be? I have one ready to go because it's going to help me weed out the people that are worth my time or not. And that is, what do you think of the unhoused?
One of the saddest fucking things about
No.
America.
Well, yes,
you
but
shouldn't.
here's the thing. That to me is gonna, because like I have a really strong sense of justice. Thank you, ADHD. Yeah, but I will constantly go out and right now there's nothing in my trunk because I'm helping a friend move after this. But like there's usually like care kits in the back of my car, and I'll pass them out. With snacks, with food, with whatever. And if they have a dog, they have one for the dogs, that kind of stuff. And I don't do that. I do a lot of stuff in the community, but I don't do it for recognition. I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. Like, we should take care of people, right? So for me personally, that would weed out anybody that isn't worth my time. Because it's
Well,
important.
frame the question.
Literally, what do you think of the unhoused?
Okay.
So-
well, what's the response that tells you that the two of you are on the
If
same
they-
page? What do you think of the unhoused?
Well, I personally think that they are people in crisis that need to be helped.
Okay.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
they need somebody. Everybody, it does take a village. I'm a firm believer in the village.
While capitalism is busy sucking every fucking dime out
fuck
of the
capitalism.
economy
Fuck
right
capitalism
to the
kills.
top, and then people just live in the
The
streets.
true answer, though, is fuck Ronald Reagan. That's
Yeah.
the answer. Not to
Yeah.
make it political, but that is the only. That's,
It started
I
off
won't-
That is not
political, that's
inaccurate.
I
fine.
won't
the
expand on it, but
That is
but
not inaccurate.
that
Yeah.
is the root. That's
Yeah.
the root of what is currently hell in the U.S. and globally now because our reach has expanded so much. But I what do you think your questions would be?
Oh, my
question.
My question would not be nearly as prophetic as that. I am nerdy and basic as fuck. I would honestly be like, so tell me about what is your favorite anime moment? Not just anime, but anime moment. Because there are lots of them. There are lots of them.
I guess the speech from Justice League where Kal-El talks about living in a world of cardboard wouldn't count.
That would count.
Oh,
That would
okay.
100% count for me. Like, because I know that. I understand. All right. That would be like, okay, tell me more about why you like that. Because I love that scene. That's a fucking amazing scene.
Look at my skin right there.
Yeah.
Right there. That's why.
And this is
It affects me.
And the beauty of these two questions is exactly what's happened. It sparks conversation. It's not just, oh, there's this one thing. No, there's multiple views, multiple viewpoints. There's something to drag you down the road with it. if you're into whatever that is or you're passionate about
and
that.
I don't know. I've never been in this situation, but I think my question would be, what's the thing you've learned about yourself that's made you a better person?
That's it. And these are
like
good
that
questions.
question.
There we go.
See, that's why this decision by Bumble is groundbreaking. Like, this is what a dating app needs. If you want to message me, brother, please come at me with actual conversation. Like
Something that I want to hear about.
Well, and to be
Yes.
fair, you three have all given questions. I'd be like, I'd pick one of the canned ones,
And
and it's just because that's
No,
who
that's
I am.
okay.
I'm not. It's probably my untreated entity. There's too many questions.
too many options.
Like
Too many
because
options.
honestly, like to me, in some ways, maybe the question doesn't matter. Like as long as it's a question that's worthy of more conversation, I'm willing
That's
to talk
fair.
about just about anything.
That's
But
fair.
what I wanted to weed out is somebody that like very obviously isn't real.
pics,
You know,
OnlyFans.
I'm perfectly
Patreon?
I'm perfectly willing to have a conversation.
Hey, listen, I have them. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna tell you about it.
The only time I've ever reported profiles to FetLife, really, was not, hey, my page is here to support my OnlyFans. Visit this, visit that. Fine, don't care. I'm a sex worker. Excellent, good for you. It's, oh, I'm out there to meet the perfect person. You can find me on this page. That's a fucking scam.
That's trash.
And
And that's what I report, because that
Yeah.
is just a link back to, it's either going to give you a virus or it's just getting you in the scam scenario.
yeah. I mean, well, and that's I don't like it when they try and mask it that way. Like your
That's it.
OnlyFans
That's
is
dishonesty.
I'm fine with
No.
with
It isn't a link back to
more than that.
OnlyFans. It's a link to some
but-
other social
but
media
what I'm-
page to start you down.
And it
But
ends up being Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, and then they're going to get you to
I'm
their
a
OnlyFans.
19-year-old cheerleader. I'm here to fuck daddies. Find me at this page. No, I found you at this page.
Yeah, I
what the
found you
fuck's
right
wrong
here.
with this
What-
page right
yeah,
here?
what-
Right.
Yeah. Anybody that says you can find me somewhere else, number one, I'm already kind of going to be out. But
That's what we call a bot.
yeah,
Ding,
no
ding,
kidding.
ding, ding, ding.
It's
But
but
no.
that's the thing. Like I also want genuine conversation.
Yeah.
If your interest in me is for me to go to your OnlyFans because you want to sell me whatever, right? Then one, show me some of what your content is, or write out what I'm gonna find on your page. Because I don't want to go. If all you have is your tits out all the time, I can see your tits once and I'm good. Like I don't need to subscribe to your tits and only see your tits for the next 3 months. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. I can see tits. I can see new tits all over the internet all the time.
You know, metaphorically, I
dumb.
have subscribed to a few tits, though. I will tell you. You know,
No, I've seen some tits.
Purely
that were-
metaphorical
Some of
term.
them
I
are
have-
just majestic.
I have
They
seen
are.
I have seen some tits that
Miss
were
some of those
worthy
tits.
of my 3 months worth of time. But what I don't want is for you to make it sound like it's going to be like you're getting gangbanged on film, and all I'm getting is tits. I'm not paying for that.
No.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Well, or every level you paid for is just an invitation to pay for another level, or an invitation to pay for something else.
Oh yes.
You know, so it's that just little. It's like they're laying down the fucking Reese's Pieces for ET,
Oh, yeah.
but ET has to keep following along with $20 bills.
It's the OnlyFans.
Piece of candy.
It's that
piece
OnlyFans
of candy.
profile. It's that OnlyFans profile that charges you a subscription and the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So you get in there and you find out, oh shit, every free pic she's dressed.
All right,
As I tilt my head trying to find the boobs.
all right, I've already seen them on FetLife.
Yeah.
Or I've already seen them somewhere else.
But but on that, honesty up front is
Absolutely.
I'm looking to promote. Good for you. I'm a part-time sex worker or a pro dame. Good for you. Totally fucking supportive. You're honest about it. I don't give a shit. That's the way the world should fucking work.
Yeah.
We should be able to go, oh yeah, I fuck people for money. What's the
And
hell's
that's
wrong with
okay.
it?
Yes.
And I'll
Right.
take it a step further too. If you're willing to have a genuine conversation about it, like say you're just there to promote your OnlyFans, but say I stumble into you, I say something, and we actually have just a genuine
Engage.
conversation. Engage me a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit. I might be willing to say, hey man, I know you like that kind of stuff. Go check this chick out.
I know you're
You
into
know?
this. I think you'll be into
Well,
her. Yeah.
I think that's I don't know. We're way off topic with this, but
We are.
I think that's I think that's
So
the
Bumble.
I think that's what that's what a lot of OnlyFans creators don't get right, is they don't realize that if you engage in the right ways.
And I will tell you, I've been exposed a little bit to the side of OnlyFans, whereas I knew the individual that started the page. And what you find out is, for the great extent, it is a suck of your time.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It is an enormous thing. You sink your time and your energy in. And, you know, like with anyone working a dance club, you know, trying to fucking talk people into to spend a little more money and, you know, and trying to keep them engaged in a world full of fucking free porn. And it has, for very few, it mostly has very little payout.
Yeah.
It's an enormous amount of time. It's a lot of work, and it's the next step is, now you gotta go watch all of these videos on how to keep people more engaged, and you gotta go do all this extra research, and
There's
you have
a
to
lot
take.
of research that comes along with that.
I've been fortunate enough to shoot people for their OnlyFans page, or was it OnlyFans? Because the OnlyFans was, you can open a temporary OnlyFans, but unless you collect this many subscribers, you can't keep it.
What?
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there's some version of that.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. You
Well,
have to.
didn't
You have.
OnlyFans start as like originally the intention was like
very-
fitness influencers,
Something like
sort of
that, yeah.
thing?
Something.
Yeah, it was something like very vanilla.
Plus,
Yeah.
if you think of
Boy,
all,
they shot the horse with that one.
if you think of all the women out
best
there
way.
who need income, and they are working OnlyFans or something like it, trying to supplement that income, and boy, it looks like it when you see the stars. Look like they're making fucking money hand over fist, and you realize that in their months of work, OnlyFans makes all the real money.
Yeah.
You know, and they make a pittance here and there, and if it's by the hour, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally fucking nothing.
It's
And then, you know, that person gets disinterested and drops out, but their pictures stay there. All the things they shared and gave away of themselves are
there.
still out there, and OnlyFans is probably still profiting off of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suspect if you want to do OnlyFans as a vocation, as a hobby, as, you know, just for fun, and that's what you enjoy doing, I think you're going to have a good time there. If you're doing it as a business, it's going to become your job.
Here's my male outsider's opinion on this for women that do OnlyFans. I would love for women to have the social freedom to be able to do that. But sadly, what happens is they go to do that and, oh my God, you're doing that? Oh my God, you're doing that because you like it? Oh, you whore, you harlot. Thank
Well,
you.
yes, there is that, and well, you're gonna face that anywhere. I mean, there's no
Those are
getting
my
away the
favorite kind of
misogyny of this
people.
fucking
Those are my
world,
peeps.
seemingly.
Yeah, but the problem
But
is,
no.
like, if women want to do that just because they wanted to, I support that.
you know,
I may not be a fan of what they're putting out.
I'm just
but
going to
do it because you enjoy it. And that's
I'm going to
great.
point out my own hypocrisy and yours is we're three guys who are never going to be running an OnlyFans account,
That's true.
talking about the trials and tribulations of running an OnlyFans
That's why
account.
I started with
I
my.
know. I have
As if we were
friends
fucking
that-
experts.
That I have some friends that are like small, like micro influencers on there or whatever. I guess you would be would be technically considered influencing in a way.
Yeah.
And then I have friends that are in like the top 0.1%, right? And the ones that are in the top 0.1%, 1,000,000% are working all the time.
Yeah.
And like even when they're doing casual things for themselves, they're still filming, right?
Everything's
Because
content.
Well, that's
everything is content, and you kind of have to have a team behind you in order to be successful, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is, right? But the ones like even the friend that's in the top 0.1%, like she still leads a very full life and like still has a very happy life, and she was working in like Silicon Valley, like, you know, making good money there, but it sucked shit compared to what she makes now, and she gets to have fun doing what she wants and like being around her pretty friends all the time, and that's great. I love that for her. You know, so you know, I think it's great. It is a lot of work. I think that society has like romanticized it to the point where they're like, oh yeah, I'll just go make money on OnlyFans.
Ding, 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 ding.
All those
But
people
they
who have
don't
never been on a
realize
porno
it's actual
set.
fucking work. Anybody that's worked for themselves, like I have my own business. I have multiple businesses and I have a full-time job. It is so much work. And people who work for themselves would realize that, but we have been so like colonized and raised in a puritanical society, because that's the roots of this shit country, is like we think that, oh, ankles, oh my goodness, titties, oh my goodness.
Did you say ankles?
Yes, I did.
And even better,
I've
chi-chis.
seen a vagina. You have shown your neck, madam. What a shame.
Nipples, they're going to send us all to hell.
I hope they cut you on the way down.
You know what?
Wow.
If
On
the
your
path,
trip to hell, I hope you get
know what?
snagged on your genital piercings. That's all I'm fucking saying.
if the path to hell is paved in nipples, I'm going to be.
I'm going to lube myself up
That's right.
and ride that motherfucker like a toboggan.
I am. Yeah. This is going to be a slip and slide.
No,
You know, that's the one. That is the one nice thing about my attitude towards, I'm impermanent and I don't have a soul and I'm not fucking immortal. Is there's no fucking such thing as hell.
Yeah.
There's Dante's weird fucking visions from the 14th century, and suddenly we all went, "Yep, that's it. That's the fucking accuracy of hell."
Real quick. I have to take a quick step back. Whereas you guys said you were going to lube yourself up and ride down. No. You're missing on an important thing. You rock climb that shit down. Grab. Oh, that's a good hold there.
No, I'm going down tongue first.
Like a leech.
Tongue first.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, yeah, you got to look them on the way down, man. Got to make sure they're good.
Oh, yes.
Anybody's ever had their nipple in my mouth knows I can create suction.
That's going to be a slow trip. Sucking each one individually.
I'm okay with that. All right, you know what? We're going to move forward. Did
The first 3-hour podcast.
Hold on. Did everybody say what they needed to say about Bumble?
About Bumble, I think we said
Bumble's
more than-
changes are positive. We're all on board.
Groundbreaking,
Yes, yes,
stunning.
yes.
Now, also, I called
Mwah.
at the beginning. I called it icebreakers. That's called first moves.
Well-
that's the new initiative is first moves.
That's one of those things I'll keep my eye on.
Okay.
See how that goes.
Okay. What I have? Oh, yeah, I did have something really, really super important that's coming up very quickly for the next topic. Hey, shock.
Yes, my friend.
We're coming up on an anniversary.
The Bakersfield
yes.
BDSM Munch Group is going to have their 25th anniversary munch in June. The third Saturday of June.
So next month.
Next month.
Next month.
Did they have like an anniversary thing for BDSMs? Like first one is like barehanded spanking, and 2 years is like
That's a great.
some other. What's the 25-year kink?
25-year kink.
With a little
the
luck, we're
25
getting
year
anal. That's all I'm saying.
There
With a
we
little
go.
luck.
25 is the anal year.
25 is the anal year.
You put in time. It's only fair.
Shock. Anything prolific you want to say about that event coming up very shortly?
The munch in and of itself, we're going to have a little extra. We're going to give a little extra speech. We're going to have point out some important aspects of the munch, some important aspects of the journey of this community, and we're just hoping that people turn out and spend a little bit of time with us. So
I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be a very, very well attended bunch.
I'm going to hope so.
Because I've been. It would have been 9 years for me out here.
I believe so.
Yeah, so nowhere near the spans of it, but I've been here long enough to understand that there's been lots of changes during the time that it has existed.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've heard multiple stories of the original space and how you guys had to build that up by hand, and then I think the one that I came in was the second space.
Yes. Yeah.
I moved into the second space.
It was the original headquarters.
Yeah. Oh, so
Because the first one was so-and-so's garage or so-and-so's dungeon.
Okay. So I was at the first headquarters.
You were at the first headquarters.
I was at the first headquarters, and I moved into that, and it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And then I was lucky enough to move along to the new headquarters where we are now.
You know, in the beginning when we had nowhere to host parties and discussions, etc.
What do you mean there was nowhere?
There was nowhere. There was no real community. It was just in its absolute infancy. And someone was kind enough to go, well, I have this garage behind my house, but it needs some work. And it was, it was a bit of a disaster. And we as a community, burgeoning community, came together and basically built this space with sweat and with cash donations and just fucking hard work. And it was lovely having something and having a place to get together. And my opinion of the community right from the get-go was it's good to have discussions. It's good to have munches. but we need play parties. We need a place to host play parties if we don't want everybody just to drift away. And I felt like that created the anchor point that this entire thing ended up being built upon. And so even though it wasn't what we have now, we have this beautiful space that we have now with this relatively large, for us, it's not a commercial space, relatively large play area. Mm-hmm. And we can compare that to what was in the past, and we can go, oh, well, that was so little and it was in such a weird location. And that's all true. But before that, we had nothing. And it was a genuine gift to us in the community, and it was a genuine aspect of why this community thrived and built and grew. And right now, when I look at that and I think about coming into this home that we call the headquarters where we're recording today, and having access to this space and the trust of the landlord and the beautiful areas for socializing and for play, we have an amazing resource within this community. And it gives a lot of people opportunities that they would not otherwise have.
All right, Shaka, I want you to do all that exactly that way next month.
Whoa, wait. You do need to not fix the slip though, because that was almost perfect. You were trying to say burgeoning community, and you almost said bludgeoning community. Yeah, I went. That works too.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I thought he was doing it on purpose.
My reading comprehension exceeds my tongue. That's all I'm doing.
Here's the thing, listeners. He wasn't reading anything. That was all off the cuff. He's a talented orator like that.
I'm very fond of oral.
As most people should be.
They should be. And if you're not, get on the right train.
So I'm sitting here trying to do the math in my head. I think the 25th anniversary, year-wise of the month, is going to be my 25th month in the community.
a sliver of time.
So close.
And yet such an integral part of the community.
A 1/12th.
1/12th, yes.
Feel free to pause the podcast and go ahead and do the math yourself.
Yes. Listeners, if you've done the math, please let us know if we were correct. You can do that by messaging us on FetLife. Just reach out to the Gotham Press, or you can email us, gothampresspodcast@gmail.com. Or, if you really want to, just give it to us in your sexiest of voices by calling Candy's Sweet Box. Shock, do you remember that number?
805 something.
It's also, Candy's going to yell at you for saying 05. It's 805.
It's 805. Hold on.
303
1173. 805 303 1173. Candy Sweet Box. Call her now. Ooh. She's waiting.
Do you think Candy's going to be at the 25th anniversary?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Because I have a sweet tooth. And I could use me some candy.
I think we all could, Chuck. I think we all could.
Nothing like walking into a public event and your facial hair is soaked in candy.
Mm. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Was that out loud? Shit. Fun times.
It's just more to lick off later. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean later?
Or then.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You got to have fun when you can have the fun.
So when you notice me cupping my hand over my mouth and inhaling, you know why.
See, that's a creep move right there.
No.
Well, it depends.
If that's all you're doing, yes, it's a creepy move.
It's a creepy move. That's all you're doing.
But I'm going to say, unless it was in this space, if someone just walked up to me and was all, I would my fist would be ready.
You got a nailer over there or
just
something?
Make contact.
Do the inhale and go, you know what's missing? You.
Jail.
Wait. Hey, baby, this could be you right here.
Oh, God.
So here's the thing.
I've never felt drier in my life.
Here's the thing. To bring this to a...
I don't think anybody's ever said that to him.
Lubrication has crawled back up inside of her to hide away for the winter.
Here's what I'm saying. To bring this to a kind of sad but realistic point, we did have somebody in the community a long time ago now that was doing something similar, just kind of going up to women that...
Oh, a sniffer?
Right in their hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Luckily, you gotta just walk up and ask. You already smell great.
I don't mind if I'm asked.
Can I smell your hair?
Oh. Man, they would
Shock.
be
I
checked
have
so
never been
hard.
more
No.
disappointed in you than right now.
No, it's
No,
far,
no, no, no,
it's
no,
far
no.
easier than that.
No,
You
no,
just
no,
walk
no,
up
no,
and
no.
go, that fragrance is fantastic. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a
They'll
nice
tell
way of
you?
doing it.
No. You need, everything's about consent, right?
Yes.
And so once you've been given that consent, it's leaning in close to the ear and just saying, you fucking smell wonderful today.
Well, that's different. You have an established. That's very different. That's a very different. Okay,
It's not quite so
that
dry.
Is better. That's
We've
better.
found the lubrication. We have triumphed as a community.
As a community.
Listeners, the main point of this entire sidetrack is don't be the creepy guy that just goes up and sniffs girls randomly.
No.
Do not be that
Please
person.
don't.
Is that the entire takeaway from this episode?
Not the entire episode.
Sniffers beware.
Sniff. No,
No, just don't be a sniffer.
Don't
Not
be a
even
sniffer.
beware.
Don't be a sniffer. Don't be a sniffer. Don't be a sniffer today.
All of
don't be a
sudden,
sniffer ever.
Don't be a sniffer.
One day at a
Don't
time,
be
Cap.
sniffer.
One day at a
Don't
time.
be a sniffer. Don't be a sniffer. Don't be a sniffer.
Feel fucking judged. That's all I'm saying.
What did you call us? The Derailicons?
The Derelicons, yes.
Captimus Prime has been derailed by the Derailicons.
Once more.
Captimus Prime versus the Derelicons. I told you that's going to be the name of this episode. Okay,
I've never been prouder.
so we have.
How are you going to cut this down to just 2.5 hours?
Well, it can be done.
That's. I was gonna say you were a brave man inviting 2 out of 3 of us, and then I hadn't met Beachy here, so you're even braver than I thought.
What can I say? I'm a brave man. Anyway, we have one final thing on the docket.
Dun, dun, dun.
The kink of the week, which I really need to change that because it's not really of the week anymore. We
Is it
don't
of the
do
month?
we don't do weekly episodes anymore.
King of the month.
King of the month,
The
maybe.
King of the month. That's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Oh god,
The Jelly of the Month Club?
the kink of the episode. Yeah, we'll workshop it.
So do you ever bop your baloney?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
One of the lines from the original Vacation.
Oh, it's been so many years since I've seen that.
Yeah, because it was made before you were born. So.
But I've seen it multiple times in my life. It's just been very many years since I've seen it, and it wasn't my like go-to thing. All right, let me see. Oh, that's what it is. Covert/secret perving.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. How what?
I mean, I guess it's a bit like CNC. You get the permission beforehand. And
No. It's
What? Okay, explain it to me because I'm not understanding what.
so covert perving, secret perving. Like you are being a pervert.
Can I cite a perfect example?
Please do.
As recently as last fall or last summer, we were at Wicked Wednesday out on the patio where we sit on the nice metal tables.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know
every
you're going.
so often we'd notice the table vibrating.
Yes.
Okay, I see where you're
And
going
one of
there.
our members making the most delightful faces while she tried not to make any sounds.
Yes. Exactly.
And eventually we put the two together.
Exactly.
That she was wearing a remotely controlled vibrating toy underneath her dress, and you could feel the vibrations walking down the middle benches of the picnic table.
Yeah, exactly. So Shock has given a perfect example. So yes, that's what secret perverting is. You're being a pervert, but you're doing it in secret. You haven't told. You don't have to tell anybody else that you're doing. You're doing it either for you or for you and your partner.
See, I was thinking perving on somebody rather than
you being the actual pervert.
No, wait, which works.
Yeah.
The same way. I mean, like I said, if you want to do it that way, it's you get the consent beforehand, like CNC, and go. All right, I'm gonna perv.
Hide in the
I'm gonna
closet.
perv
You
on
pretend
you.
I'm not here.
I'm gonna perv on you in the future sometime. You're not gonna know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I
Well,
have.
that's the consensual webcam in their bedroom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know that it's on. I do. You don't. Sort of thing. So what I was going to say is like Shock's it, insertables. So, remote vibrators or just a person just having a vibrator or some clips on.
Or a butt plug.
Or a butt plug that nobody knows that they have it.
I recommend silicone.
Yeah, body safe is important.
Long-term wear.
And this is something that I thought about just because I listen to a lot of Dan Savage, and he'll talk about this sometimes. Clothing. You have the businessman that is, high up in a meeting, and underneath his slacks and his three-piece suit, he's wearing stockings or fishnets and panties. He's being a perv as far as he's concerned, but nobody else knows.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Body writing, which is something I like. Just writing little messages on your sub, and then like, all right, we're gonna put your clothes on, and it's just dark enough, or the top is just thin enough. It's somebody really, really looked.
Is that where we use the orifice of the body as the O in the middle of whore?
That's one of those.
That's one of those. Okay, just
that's
checking.
not what I'm talking about specifically in this particular moment.
All right.
No, this
You
is
could use a nipple.
Depending on the orifice, though,
This is
could
true.
be
Yeah, it
secret.
just depends where it's at on the
Yeah,
body.
this is true. You can.
You can put it on the hips.
Yeah.
For you, it can go on your hips.
You know, where you would
Get an eye
ordinarily
in the
have the
middle?
word juicy.
Yes.
J-U.
Yeah. But yeah, just writing
W
various
H
things
O.
on their body and just sending them out to the world. Like, and me personally, just because I'm kind of horrible like this. Yes, you don't know what I wrote on you, and you don't know how it looks, but I know how it looks, and I know that somebody will see this. It may not even be able for anybody else to see, but as far as they're concerned, somebody can. Just have a little mind fuck with it, and they just expect like, oh fuck, who sees what this is? Is somebody going to ask me about it? If they ask me about it, what do I say? I'm just mean like that sometimes.
Goosh.
Or just like doing things like kind of in plain sight, but it means something to you that doesn't mean everybody else. Like women that wear the little like bracelets or necklaces. They're technically their collars, but as far as everybody else is concerned, it's just a pretty necklace. It's just a pretty bracelet. Or, somebody that has a specific ring. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yes, my boyfriend got it for me. Not, no, my master told me I have to wear this and I hate it. But, that sort of thing.
That'd be an interesting response.
Yeah.
Yeah, my master's a fucking asshole. That's
That's brat talk.
See, no, that's inside talk, not outside
Let's
talk.
see if he's man enough to do anything about it.
But yeah, that sort of
See,
thing.
I'm enough of a brat that I would just straight up say it, but that's me.
You just want punishment. You just wake up and you choose violence.
So are you going to make me?
As she smiles at Captain.
What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
All right, so any thoughts on covert perving?
It's dope.
It's dope.
Hell yeah.
What decade are we in?
We're in whatever decade my
It's-
headspace is in.
it's
That's
totes
where we're
dope.
at.
Totes dope.
Toad's dope. Toad's my dope.
Those are totally boss jams.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Groovy, man. Very groovy.
Fine. Would this be better than Cap? It's quite enthralling. It's quite lovely. What would you prefer?
I'm hip to it.
You're hip to it. So here's what I was going to do: is you guys start talking like, oh, I feel like I should do the thing that everybody hates right now. What month is it again?
May.
It's gonna be May.
No.
Are you okay there?
No.
Why not?
Oh. Because you didn't sing it.
Oh, I didn't sing correctly.
I don't know the song.
Huh?
I don't know the song. I built it out for
Oh,
you.
you know.
I'm out of the loop.
Oh, yeah.
You probably would know it. You definitely know it. Have you never listened to NSYNC?
Give me a stanza. Maybe.
No.
Because
I was a grown man when they came around.
Gonna.
It's gonna be me.
May.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, no.
Justin Timberlake.
I still
Many
hate it,
years
though.
ago when he was in NSYNC, the line was "It's going to be me," but he mispronounced it as May. It's gonna be May.
Yes.
And-
I've probably heard it then. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that Timberlake accent.
yeah, and then every year from the year that song came out, every May.
So are you
gonna
confessing
be
to be?
May.
Are you confessing to be a Timberlaker?
No.
No. Here's the thing.
No.
I am 100%. I give this freely. I enjoy Timberlake's music. He's a good singer.
Wait.
Yeah.
Like Timberland produced Timberlake or Man in the Woods Timberlake? Because there's a difference.
I don't know what the difference is.
You've just
I don't.
exceeded my geeky grasp.
I don't. I told you before. I don't keep up
You're
with
talking
like,
about I'm bringing sexy back or cry me a river, right?
Yes,
like
both.
yes. Okay, like Justified and
Yeah.
what was it? future sexy
Something like that.
Something blah blah blah. Yes,
This one-
that's all Timberland. But then he got into some weird
Thing.
palm colored shit with Man in the Woods, and he's
Palm colored shit. I don't know.
it's
You're
not good.
You're looking at me like I should know. I don't.
Okay,
fair enough.
listen, I listened to it out of curiosity, and it's hot garbage. There's a big difference from when Timberland is behind.
What's that smell? Oh, it's hot
producing-
garbage.
Yes, when Timberland was producing his music, fantastic. Yes, Tim, but once he stopped, not so great. Like, you know,
He's
a good
not.
producer is like a good coach. You know, it's
He's okay, but he's
in
not
sports,
Lonely
it's,
Island.
It's
He's not
same
Lonely
deals.
But he's with Lonely Island on a few
What's in the
songs.
box?
Boats and hoes. What?
Dick in a Box.
I want to fuck your mom.
Mother Lover. Golden Rule. He didn't sing in the song, but he's on the video for.
Have we derailed?
It happens.
The kink of the week is Kimberlyn.
The king of the week is not Timberland.
It's Timberlake.
It's not even Timberlake.
Kimberlaker.
Timberlake. What song am I thinking of? I love the song. Jizz in My Pants.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's in the video for it, but he's not actually in the song.
Ah,
Actually, no. He
Yeah.
actually does part of the chorus. That's
see,
right.
I'm not hip to that.
I've shown you the video.
So
For
part of your secret fetish is Timberlake.
part of my secret fetish is Timberlake. Yes,
Apparently.
we'll go with that.
You heard it first here, folks.
Everybody's heard it.
We're doing a secret perv by putting Timberlake on you.
Please don't.
All of a sudden, you're just randomly going to hear bam, 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 bam.
Yes, I know the song you're going with.
We're gonna paint his face in your asshole, but his hands on your ass cheeks. So as they clap, you just see his
I'm
face
bringing
winking at
sexy
you.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look
Listen,
at me, I'm Timberlake. Look.
listeners, when you see on the news that some random person claiming to be Captimus Prime goes on a killing spree, you'll understand why. You'll point the police back to this episode of the Gotham Press.
Justifiable homicide.
Justifiable.
Never convicted by any
Blames
court in the
insanity.
land.
Never ever. It was those crazy perverts. They drove him to this.
I
That's
was
what it
acquitted of those charges. Fuck you.
There was those Derailicons.
Those Derelicons
Those
did it.
damn Derailicons.
Damn you.
Damn you to hell.
Damn you, Derelicons. Also, I just realized something we didn't do at all this episode. Hey, happy Star Wars month, basically.
Happy Star Wars month.
Oh, I love that.
What, Star Wars month?
Hells yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
I was born in 1975, man. Star Wars is life.
Stockdale 6 Theater, driving
only-
by with my mother, and the sign said, Star Wars, held over 16th big week.
16th big
Nice.
week
Wow.
The only ink I have yet.
is Star Wars. Okay. Yes. Shock, you weren't at Spanx-A-Lot this month. We officially started off Spanx-A-Lot with the Imperial March.
I was told that, yes.
Yeah. It was good. It was good times because I got here and there was no music playing. I'm like, what happened? Oh, we just didn't start up yet. Oh, well, if we're going to start up, we're going to start up properly. Mm-hmm. So I started up with the Imperial March, and then there was much other spanking or other music. I'm sorry, other music happening.
Yes.
Hand to ass. It's an amazing sound.
May 3rd. It was on May 3rd, wasn't it?
It was on May 3rd.
Right.
Yes. Yesterday, we're recording this on the 5th, so happy Cinco de Mayo. Yesterday was May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow, in my head, is Revenge of the 6th. Because everybody says, but it's Revenge of the 5th. No.
because the Cinco de Mayo's
No,
already there.
hold on. No, you got to hear me out. Because the 5th is indeed Cinco de Mayo. And what do people do on Cinco de Mayo? They drink, they eat a lot, and then on the 6th, it's the Revenge of the 6th.
I just want to say, for all the fallen on the Battle of Hoth, we remember you.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget. Oh, look, that's beautiful. Tear to my eye right there.
I have a little tear.
Thank you for your
side of
service.
My lashes. I'm glad my glue is really good today.
I'm glad your glue is good as well. All right, you know what? This seems like
Tough time in our life, but we got through it.
like a good spot. Let's get some final thoughts out there. Splicer, final thoughts?
It's been a great podcast. I don't know.
Just a great podcast.
My final. We've had so many thoughts up till now. I couldn't tell you which one's the best.
It's okay. You'll get there eventually one day. How about you, Shock?
Just a reminder that the Outer Range Season 2 is supposed to premiere all 6 episodes, all 7 episodes on May 16th. So it's probably waiting for you on your Prime right now.
I'm sorry, what was that show again?
Outer Range.
Outer Range.
It's quite good. It's
Can
quite
I
good.
can I redo my final thought? My final thought is, how in the hell did I not see that coming?
And, Bishi?
Listen, you should subscribe to the Gotham Press by going to patreon.com and searching for them. But final thoughts, man, oh man, I definitely learned a lot today in the best way. Thank you.
Oh. So what you're saying is you'll come back at least one more time.
Yeah, sure, totally, anytime.
And let me recommend everybody get out to your local events.
Yes.
Bumble's great. Tinder is fine. All the dating apps. I hear there's plenty of fish in the sea, so to speak. But get out to your local events. Meet people face to face. Have conversations. Be a little brave. And that's a terrific way to meet people, too. And
Life
support
favors the
your
bold.
community.
Also, when you do go out to meet people in the wild, don't sit in your car for an hour trying to rev yourself up to go out there. Just do it.
It's okay. If you come to one of our events, we'll embrace you because that's how this community works.
Yeah, also, as I tell everybody, we only bite with consent.
We're just as weird as you. It's cool.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You're just as weird as me. Are you sure about
My
that?
parents would be shocked if they knew what I was doing, too. So it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, I would be disowned.
So,
Ultimate
It's fine.
dishonor.
You know what? Honestly, my ancestors are probably looking at me going, yes, girl.
We wish we could have.
Yes.
All right. And listeners, this is Captain's Prime. Thank you all for coming out one more time. My final thought is, as always, this has been a beautiful, beautiful episode. Thank you all for coming out on this. Fuck you all for derailing me so much.
You're welcome.
Fucking Derailicons.
we're even going to derail the final comment.
You knew who the fuck we were when you asked us on. You know, this is what fucking negotiations are
I'm gonna have
about.
to draw up a special little icon for us to get a cute little tiny tattoo.
For Derailicons.
Derailicons.
Anyway, with that, listeners, thank you once again, and we are out.
Bye.